Not everyone deserves access to your inner life. Not everyone who listens with love. There's something deeply powerful about letting people discover what you have achieved rather than announcing what you are trying to be. Results speak in the language no one can argue with. We have all experienced this. There is a specific loneliness that comes from oversharing. The loneliness of realizing we talked too much to the wrong person. We tell someone our dreams and they look at us differently. We tell someone our fear and they remember it the next time they're angry at us. We tell someone our plan and somehow the energy around our life just shifts. We have to know that not everyone collapses when we grow. Not everyone protects when we reveal. And that's the harsh truth most of us learn the painful way. Most of us growing up believing this. If I'm honest and open, people will understand me better. If I share my struggles, people will support me. And if I tell them my plan, they will encourage me. Sometimes that's true, but often it isn't. Because not everyone listens with love. Not everyone hears with good intention. Not everyone who holds your story with care. Some people listen to compare, some people listen to judge, some people listen to compete, and some other people listen to collect information. And once something leaves our mouth, we lose control over how it is gonna be used. We had to admit that oversharing sometimes feels good because it gives us instant relief. It makes us feel lighter, it makes us feel seen. But relief is not the same thing as safety. Just because someone listens, it doesn't mean that they are safe to listen to. Some people, they don't want to harm us, but also they wouldn't want to protect us. And sometimes it's more than enough to quietly damage our life. They would repeat our story casually to anyone, and they would joke about our insecurities. And some of them would bring up our weakness in arguments, and some worse ones would use our vulnerability to feel superior. These behaviors, they're not always out of cruelty. It often just comes out of carelessness. Your dream should be treated like newborns. They are fragile, sensitive, and easily affected by the environment. When we tell the wrong people our dream, they don't even have to insult it, to affect it, to damage it. All they have to do is say, "Are you sure that's realistic? That sounds hard." People like us don't really do that. And suddenly, doubts just enters our brain. Not really because they are right, but because our brain absorbs outside skepticisms as internal truths. Most of us don't fail because we aren't capable. We fail because we let too many unqualified voices speak into something still forming. And the same thing happens with fears. When we tell the wrong person what might hurt us, they might not use it against us immediately, but one day when emotions run high, they come back at us. And by then, you will realize you gave someone a map to your softest places. Actually, this is the part we don't want to admit. Not everyone who smiles at our growth is really happy for us. Some people, they don't want our life to collapse, but they also don't want our life to rise above theirs. So when we share our good news too early, some people, they will downplay it. Some change the subject, some think you're too cocky, some would make it all about themselves, and some would quietly hope it doesn't work out for you. Not exactly because they are evil, but because your growth triggers their insecurity. And insecure people, they don't celebrate reminders of their own stagnation. They don't even have to sabotage you directly. All they have to do is plant doubt in you, drain your excitement, make you second-guess yourself, and suddenly your momentum slows. Not because your dream was wrong, not because you are not good enough, but because you tell them too early. You exposed your good news too early to the wrong emotional climate. So what I've learned is silence is actually not hiding, it's self-respect. It is strategy. When we move quietly, we protect our energy. We avoid unnecessary opinions. We can stay focused. We can move without outside pressure. We know who we are inside. We stay as true self, and we get to surprise people with results instead of just empty promises. There's something deeply powerful about letting people discover what you have achieved rather than announcing what you are trying to be. Results speak in a language no one can argue with. Privacy gives freedom. Freedom to change, freedom to fail, freedom to grow without commentary, freedom to reinvent ourselves without permission. Not everyone who knows us deserves to know us deeply. Access to our dreams, fears, plans, trauma is a privilege, not a right. And you don't have to justify protecting your inner life. Growth often looks like becoming quieter, not louder. Did you notice that the most grounded person tend to be the most private ones? They don't explain their every move. They don't justify their boundaries. They don't announce their plans. They just move. And when their life changes, people will say, wow, that happened so fast. But actually it didn't. It happens quietly. So here's the real lesson. Not everyone deserves access to your inner life. Not everyone who listens with love. Privacy is not hiding, it's self-respect. Protect your dreams before they're strong. Protect your plans before they're real. Protect your healings before they're complete. Move quietly. Let result introduce you, because what meant to grow in your life need protection before it needs applause. This is Vivi. See you next week. Bye bye.